they would garnish my disability money.
A mildly autistic Piedmont man's being sued for $150,000, all because of a newspaper picture he pulled off the internet and posted on his blog. Good evening. Thank you for being with us. A law firm based in Nevada, which has become famous for suing over copyright infringement, has named a young man from Mayodan in its latest lawsuit.
Brian Hill says he was simply using a picture of a TSA pat-down to make a point on his blog. Now is not what he said, but that picture landing him in court. Fox 8's Brent Campbell joins us live in the Fox 8 Winston-Salem Journal newsroom. Brent, this lawsuit is a warning for anyone who posts pictures on blogs, Facebook, etc., etc.
Yeah, Julie, this lawsuit is definitely drawing some attention to current copyright laws. You know, every day people go on Facebook or MySpace or whatever it may be and post pictures or video, not aware at times of whether or not that is copyright protected. But if that picture isn't yours and you post it without permission, well, you could end up like Brian Hill and find that you are having to be forced to defend yourself.
I work real hard on it, even though my disability makes it hard for me.
Mildly autistic and diabetic, Brian Hill's blog is his life. USWGO.com offers Brian's opinion on government issues, but it's now shut down, all thanks to this lawsuit, claiming Brian willfully used a picture without the copyright owner's permission.
They tried to attack people who they know might not be able to afford an attorney or be able to defend themselves against high-ranking lawyers.
Las Vegas-based law firm Righthaven LLC targets unauthorized use of news content, and Brian's suit is one of 32 focused just on the use of a Denver Post picture showing an airport pat-down, a picture Brian claims he didn't know was copyright protected.
They claim they're just trying to save this industry and help them add value to their operations.
Wake Forest law professor Simone Rose says what the law firm is doing is legal. The problem, the 1976 Copyright Act, which doesn't make it clear with today's technology what's protected under fair use.
What we need is a modification of the statute that allows the ordinary person to look at it or the ordinary person to read some material and figure out that I can definitely do this.
Rose says Righthaven finds people posting copyrighted pictures without permission and they sue. Often the defendants like Brian can't afford a court battle, so when a settlement fee is offered, it's cheaper to just pay it, rather than let the courts decide if these unauthorized posts really harm the newspapers.
Is it fair? Probably not in the universe of fair use, because one could argue that preventing the average person from bringing the fair use defense is actually giving the copyright owner more than it was entitled to under the statute.
It's sort of like legal robbery, where they find loopholes.
Now, we tried to contact Righthaven, but our phone calls were not returned today. Meanwhile, Brian did not accept Righthaven's offer to settle for $6,000. Instead, he is now hoping to find an attorney who will help him fight this rather large lawsuit. We're live in Winston-Salem tonight. Brent Campbell, Fox 8 News.
Thank you, Brent. Professor Simone Rose also tells us until copyright laws are updated and changed, the best way to avoid a copyright lawsuit is never post pictures, videos, or even clips of other articles on your Facebook page, blog, or other websites unless you have written permission. What you should do instead, just post the link to the original work. She also says privacy settings on some websites don't matter. Web monitors can find protected work using monitoring software.
Well, the man accused of shooting